Hi everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me Blessing. If you are new in this channel, you are highly welcome. This is a channel where I share a pattern drafting and a sewing tutorial. So guys, in today's tutorial we'll be learning how to make a vintage top just the way you see me rocking now. So guys, this is a very simple and easy tutorial. It's a beginner friendly. So guys, if you want to know how to make this, definitely keep on watching and let's go. Here is the material I will be working with. This is a 1.5 yard of fabric. This is a vintage fabric. Okay, so here, like I said, is 1.5 yard of it. So now this is my marker that I will be using to draft out my pattern first before transferring to my main fabric. Okay, so guys, here are my curve ruler. This is my curve ruler for my drafting, and this one here is my straight ruler, okay, for my ruling as well. So guys, I will move over to my scissors. Here is my scissors for my cutting. This my scissor is used for cutting, and of course my pattern paper. So now I'll just keep all this on aside first. Then after that, I will go ahead to draft out my pattern. The first thing I will be doing, and what I normally do, I normally draw a starting line on top, as in just the way you see me drawing now. I normally do that. If you have been following me, you will note that that is what I normally do when drafting my pattern. Okay, so guys, the next thing I will be doing is to mark all my vertical measurements. So I will, from that line that I drew, I will start and mark all my vertical measurements. Now I will from there mark my shoulder measurements, my round armhole measurements divided by 2. Then I will go ahead to mark my shoulder to my waistline, and of course shoulder to the full length of this top. The full length I am working with here is 16.5 inches. Okay, then I'll go ahead to roll them up. So after marking, I'll go ahead to label this line. Here is my shoulder line, here is my chest line, here is my waistline, okay, and the full length of the top. So now after labeling, then the next thing I will be doing, since is a vintage top and is a button down, the first thing I will be taking is to mark my allowances for the front. Okay, remember is a button down dress, so I will take 2 inches for the allowance for my button. Okay, so this is me marking 2 inches from the shoulder down to the full length of this top. So now the next thing is that I will just roll them together. So this is how it looks like after rolling. Now after rolling, all my measurement will start from this line here, this straight line here. All my horizontal measurement will start from that line. Okay, now the first measurement I will be taking is my shoulder measurement. I will divide my shoulder measurement by 2. Then after dividing, I will mark what I have. Then I will come over to the chest line here and mark the same thing there. I'm marking because because of a straight line there, so that I will be able to have a straight line. Okay, so now this is it. I've come out with a straight line here. So now the next thing I will be taking is to take my neckline. I will, from that the same line, I will mark 3 inches. Then from my depth, I will also come it down by 3 inches. Then after marking, I will just use a curve ruler to roll my neckline. So guys, now I will go over to this line here and come down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope, because our shoulder, they are not straight, they are kind of slanted. Okay, So that is the reason why we come down by 1 inches at the armhole to create the shoulder slope. Okay, so now this is how it looks like. Now the next thing we'll be doing is to take my bust measurement. I'll come to this shoulder line here, starting from that line earlier, and mark my bust point, my bust measurement divided by 4. Then at this line here, I will look for the midpoint. Then I will divide my tape rule like this to look for my midpoint at the armhole. So I will make a notch there. Then at the notch part there, I will come in by 0.5 inches like this. Then I will make a notch there as well and create a curve as our armhole. So guys, this is how it looks like at the front. So now I'll go ahead to take my allowances for the bust measurements, like for the bust area. So I will give 2.5 inches at the bust for my allowance. I will take half inches, okay, 2 inches for my ease and half inches for my sewing allowance. You can go ahead to make it 3 inches if you want it that free. Okay, so for the waist area, I will divide my waist measurement by 4, then mark it and add extra 2 inches for my seam allowance, half inches for sewing allowance, 1.5 inches for my ease. Okay, then I'll move over to my waistline, my hip line off for the full length, and mark my hip measurement divided by 4. And we also add 2 inches to this part here, half inches for my sewing allowance, 1.5 inches for my ease. Then after that, I'll go ahead to connect the lines together. So guys, this is how it looks like after connecting. So now the next we'll be taking at the down part. Since it's a female shirt, we don't need it to be straight like this. We need it to be curving at the bottom part. So I will come in by 5 inches like this. Then from this other side here, I will come up by 2 inches to create a kind of curve at the bottom part like so. So guys, after that, I will come over to the up part here, and for this part here, I will deduct 1 inches from the shoulder. The reason why I'm doing this thing is that I don't want the joining of the shoulder to be at the shoulder area. I want it to come to the front a little bit. So this 1 inches I'm deducting here, I will place it at the back, okay, so that after joining, the joining part will not be at the shoulder direct, it will be kind of being at the front. Okay, so now I've deducted 1 inches, and this part here I will cut it off. So now this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Basically we are done. So I will just go ahead to cut out this pattern. So guys, after cutting, this is how it looks like. You can see how it is. So I will just go ahead to identify this part here as my front. So now after that, this is it. I will move over to the back. So guys, here is another fresh paper. You can see that I come down a little bit to mark that straight line. From there, I will mark my chest line, my waistline, and the full length of the blouse. Then after that, I will connect it together. So guys, after rolling, this is how it looks like. Remember, this is the back. We don't need any allowance for the back. We just mark all our measurement direct from the center back. Okay, these are a shirt, so we don't need a zipper allowance. So now from this line, for the shoulder line here, I will divide my shoulder measurement by 2, just what we did at the front. I will also come to the chest line here and do the same thing. Then I will roll it up like so. So guys, now the next thing is to take our neckline. I will mark 3 inches by the weight. For the depth for the back, I will come down by 1 inches. Okay, so because the back is normally higher than the front. So guys, after that, I will just connect the lines together like this. So guys, after that, I will come down by 1 inches, just the way we did at the front for the shoulder slope, and I will connect this line together like this. Using a straight ruler, I will connect the lines together. So now, after connecting, I will come over to the chest line like this. Then divide my bust measurement by 4. Then I will mark what I have like so. Then after that, I will come over to this line here and also divide what I have by 2 by using my tape rule. So guys, I will mark the midpoint of this line. So after marking, I will just use a French curve to connect this line together like this. So guys, this is our armhole. So now the next thing we'll be doing here is to add our seam allowance and our ease to this measurement here, just the way we did at the front. Then I will come over to the waist area. I will divide my waist measurement by 4. Then I will mark it what I have. Then I will add my ease and my seam allowance as well. So now I will come over to the full length of this top. Then after marking what I have, then I will add my seam allowance of 2 inches, half inch for seam allowance, while 1.5 for ease. You can make it your ease to be 2 inches if you want it to be free. So guys, I'll go ahead to connect. So guys, after marking this side, for the waist area, there's a sharp edge there, so I went ahead to redraw that part so that it will not be sharp. So now the next thing we'll be doing is to cut the bottom part just the way we did at the front. So guys, this is how it looks like. We are done with that. So now the next thing we'll be doing is for this shoulder here. Remember at the front we deducted 1 inches from the shoulder. So now it's time for us to replace that 1 inches. So now I will now place my tape rule like this and add that 1 inches on top like this, just the way you see me marking. So guys, now this is our new shoulder line. Okay, our new shoulder. Okay, so now basically we are done with the back. I will just go ahead to cut out this pattern. So guys, after that I'll just go ahead to label this part here as back. So guys, here's the back and the front. I'll just go ahead to transfer to my main fabric. Now I've transferred to my main fabric. This is how it looks like. So guys, I will just go ahead to notch this part here, this line here. I will go ahead to notch it. Okay, so guys, after notching, I will remove my pattern paper from this fabric like this. This is the back one. I will first of all remove the pin that I used to hold it together. Then after removing my pin, then I will remove my pattern paper. So guys, here is it. We now have our front and our back now. So now let's take the back aside, then work with the front part, with the front. So now this is the front. I will bring it, I will open it wrong side, say wrong side like this. So guys, I will first of all iron this part here for the allowance, then iron my ST to this part so that it will be firm. So now guys, I've ironed the allowance there for my button, and I ironed my ST on it like this so that it will be firm on this area like so. Okay, this is the other part that I ironed my ST on. So guys, so that when I fold it, it will be firm. Okay, so now the next thing I'll be doing is to take it to my sewing machine now and fold it by half an inch. Then I will now sew on it. Fold half inches, then sew it, okay, for the allowance for my button. So I've done that, I've stitched it and I iron it very well. You can see the outcome of it. It's very neat. You can see the inside is neat as well. This is the other part of it. You can see how neat it is. So the next thing I'll be doing is to bring the back and face it right side meeting right side of this fabric. Then I will align these two shoulders together, take it to my sewing machine, use half inches to join it together and to stitch on it. So guys, I've done that. This is how it looks like. I've sewed it and I to stitch on it just like the way I said earlier. So guys, this is the other part of the shoulder, so you can see how neat it is. So the reason why I said I deducted from the front is that the shoulder will be at the front, not the main shoulder slope. So now we'll move over to the collar. So now the first thing we'll be doing is to measure the neckline from the right side of the neckline to the left side of the neckline. I don't know if you understand me. Just watch me and you will understand more better. I measure the full neck line, okay, both the front and the back to get the measurements, okay, for the collar. What I have here is 18 and a half. Then what I will do here is to divide 18 and a half into 2. After dividing, I have 925. So I will place this 925 on a fresh paper like this. Then I will go ahead to mark it, okay. So when I mark, I will have something like this. Then after that, I will divide this. I will look for the midpoint of my 925 like so. I will look for the midpoint. Then I will use my tape rope to do that. So after looking for the midpoint like this, I will mark it like so. Then for this side here, because here is on fold, this is the center. For this side here, I will come up by 1 inches, okay. I'll come up by 1 inches. After coming up by 1 inches, then I will connect it to make the midpoint. So guys, this is me trying to connect from that one point to meet the midpoint. Yep, this is how it looks like. Now the next thing we'll be doing is to come up from the center front by 1 inches down to the ending part. Just watch me and you will understand. This is me trying to mark 1 inches all through like so. So guys, I've marked it. I will just go ahead to use my French curve like this to connect this dotted. I will connect these lines that I dot together to form a kind of curving line. So this is 8. So now I will just mark this part like this. So now the next thing I will be doing is to come out by half an inch, come out by half an inch like this. Then the other part here, I'll come down by half an inch as well. Then after that, I will connect. So this is our collar stand, okay. I will just go ahead to cut out these parts. So after cutting this part here, I will just write it on fold so that I will know that it's on fold at the center there.
is on fold. Okay, so now I will just identify this part here as my collar stand. So now after this, let's move over to the make collar. So I will bring out a fresh paper like this. Then I will first of all roll it a straight line. I'll first of all roll it like this. So after rolling a straight line, then I will mark my neckline, as in the neck measurement I marked, which is when after dividing I have 9.25. Then I will mark it there like so. Then after that, from this point here, I will come in by 1 inches. Okay, I will come in by 1 inches from that dot, that neck line, the starting there. Okay, come from there, I come in by 1 inches. Okay, then now from that 1 inches I will come up by 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. I will also, from the center front like this, I will come up by 2 inches. Okay, you can as well come up by 1.5, but I want to use 2 inches for this one, so I will come up by 2 inches. So for the center here, I will come up by 2.5 inches like so. Then after that, I will connect the lines. I will connect the lines together. Okay, so guys, after connecting, this is how it looks like. Then for this other part here, I will first of all roll it straight. So after rolling, it will be like this. So I will come out by half an inch on the top like this, half an inch. Then I will connect it to meet the down part. I'll first of all connect it like so. Then I will connect it down to meet the down part like this. So guys, this is basically it. So I'll just go ahead to write a collar there so that I will know that this is my collar. And this other part here, so this part here is on fold. Remember, I will just go ahead to write it there on fold so that I will not forget when cutting to my fabric. Okay, so basically this is it. I will just go ahead to cut it. So guys, this is how it looks like. Here is the collar stand, and this other one here is the collar himself. So you can see how it looks like. So I will just go ahead to transfer to my main fabric. So guys, here I've transferred to my main fabric, and you can see that I added half an inch. Except the unfold parts. Okay, so now I will go ahead to remove my pin. Please note that I cut two of them. The collar, I cut it two, while the collar stand, I also cut it into two, like you can see that. So this is the collar stand. I will go ahead to remove my pin. As you can see, it is two as well. Okay, you can see that it is two. So this is how it is. Okay, so now the next thing we'll be doing is for me to take this fabric here to my ironing table, and I will use this hemming this hair stay with me here to iron to it. I'm doing this because I want it to be I want it to be more firm. So guys, this is it. I've done that. I've ironed it because I want this collar stand to be more firm. Okay, that is why I iron my hair stay on it. So guys, you can go ahead to do that. So now the next thing we'll be doing is to go to my machine now and join these pieces together. Now the first thing is to arrange this collar right side meeting right side like this. So guys, I will take it to my sewing machine now. Then I will run a stitch like this down to the other part, and I will top stitch it. Okay, so yeah guys, I've done that. I've sewed it and I top stitched it, and I as well ironed it as well. So now the next step I will be taking is to bring out the collar like this. First of all, fold it like this, then I will notch the midpoint there like so. So guys, this is it. This is the midpoint. I will also do the collar stand the same way. I will fold it and I will also notch the midpoint as in the center. Okay, so this is it. I've notched it. So now the next thing we'll be doing is to just bring this stand the right side like this and use the the part that I cut, as in I notched. I'll mash it together and first of all pin it together. Okay, then after that I will now measure, I will now correspond the other side together. So now I will use the lining of this collar stand to wrap it all. Okay, I will place it on top like this, then take it to my sewing machine now, and I will sew all through. Okay, I will just sew it like this. So guys, this is it. I've sewed it and I've torn it. I also top stitch it and I gave it a very good press as well. You can see how neatly it is. You can see the 1 inches we deducted from the collar stand. You can see how it is. So now it's time for us to add it to our top. Okay, so now the first thing we'll be doing is just to bring out the top like this and bring out the collar. First of all place the collar right side meeting the right side of the collar. Then I will face it. I will first of all pin it down. I'll pin it down. So guys, after pinning, I'll take it to my sewing machine now to run a stitch. So guys, I've done that. I've run the stitch there. So I will now turn it to the wrong side. Then I will now fold it. Okay, I will fold it to stitch it. Okay, you can see I will now fold it. I've first of all sewed it right side meeting right side. Now I turn it to the wrong side to fold. I will fold it inside like half an inch, then I will run a stitch on top of it. Okay, so guys, here I've done that. You can see I've attached my collar and to my top. You can see how neatly it is. You can see the inside is very neat. So now guys, the next thing is to attach my sleeve to my top. So this is my basic sleeve. Then the first thing I will be doing before attaching is to look for the midpoint here. Then I will notch it like so. After notching, I will keep this one aside first. Then for this top, remember the joining is not in the middle, so I will correspond the two armhole together like this to look for the actual middle of this top. Okay, remember we deducted 1 inches from the shoulder and we replaced it at the back, so the joining is not at the shoulder there. So this is me trying to figure out the main shoulder here. Okay, so that I will be able to notch it so that the sleeve can correspond to each other. Okay, so this means I've notched it. So now the next thing is to mash the two notch together. Okay, I will mash the two notch together like this. Then I will now take it to my sewing machine and sew. So now guys, I've sewed it. See, this is how it looks like. Okay, and I've went ahead to hem the bottom part of the sleeve and also hem the bottom part of this top, and I gave it a very good press so that it will be neat. Okay, so guys, this is it. Now the next thing we'll be doing is to just bring it, turn it to the wrong side like so, so that we can join it together. Okay, I will turn it like this. So right side meeting right side. Then after joining, after turning, after arranging it properly, then I will now measure my round sleeve measurements. I will measure it, then I will mark it and use half inches to close it down. Okay, remember I said half inches is for my seam allowance, so I will use the half inches to close it down. Okay, so guys, I've closed it and I've went ahead to put my button. This is how the final look of this top. So guys, if you find this video helpful, just give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel. Also turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload a video. So guys, this is it. This is our vintage top. You can try this and it will come out well. Okay, let me go ahead to rub this so that we all see it. Boom, here is our final look of today's tutorial. You can see how beautiful it come out. So guys, thanks for watching. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Also comment on the comment section and like this video, share this video to everyone. All right, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Bye. See you in my next one.